This is Zha Cai. It's a crunchy Chinese fermented mustard green, and you should totally have it in your kitchen. I know this little bag may not look like much, but trust us, it's a Chinese icon for a reason. Often we'll see people get frustrated. It's an easy thing to mistakenly purchase instead of suan cai or ya cai. And when we say it's awesome, people then naturally ask how to use it. Well, today let's answer that question. So first, you take your bag of Zha Cai, and then you open your bag of Zha Cai. And then finally, you want some Zha Cai too? The closest Western comparable I can think of might be olives. They are a great ingredient and in the meantime also a nice snack. But I think this may be underselling Zha Cai a bit. Because for many of us 80s kids, Zha Cai is this ultimate snack. For us in school between classes, we'll sneak into crevices and center around a bag of Zha Cai. That's kids' favorite. For Chris, meanwhile, when he came to China in his early 20s, he first fell in love with Zha Cai as a beer drinking food. So it got a lot of range, but it's also a really great ingredient. It's like instant flavor and it can totally form the backbone of a dish. So today we'll teach you 3 ways that you can enjoy it. First, we're elevating that beer drinking snack a little bit as a Chinese 凉拌 cold dish. Second, we'll use it as a stir-fry base of sorts so that you can just use Zha Cai in whatever stir-fry you want to make. And finally, we'll show you how Zha Cai can flavor some steaming dishes using a Cantonese steamed rice noodle. But before we do, let's talk about Zha Cai purchasing because when you go to a Chinese supermarket, you'll be greeted with a whole lot of Zha Cai options. Now, don't panic. While there are definitely differences, for most dishes, it's really hard to go too wrong with Zha Cai. At Chinese grocers here in Bangkok, we often see 酱香 sauce flavor, which basically equals to original flavor. And then there's often the lightly spicy one, the extra spicy one, and then there's the light sodium one, and 麻辣 is quite common as well. The one thing you might want to be a little bit careful with is the mala flavor if you are making some dishes from Cantonese food or Shanghai food. You know, dishes that are not spicy. But even in those cuisines, the Zha Cai based flavor profiles are usually on the stronger side, so it may even be okay with some spiciness. And if you use mala in them, it may have a little bit of oddness, but it won't ruin it. Now, okay, how to use it? Well, you can just eat it straight. Really, you have permission to do so. Or a simple way to add some complexity to it will be mixing it. Today we'll be mixing it with some cucumber. Here's one Asian cucumber, deseed it and cut it into 1-inch long chopstick size strips. Then take one mild red chili, deseed and cut into 1-inch strips. Now just toss both in a bowl with half a bag or 40 grams of Zha Cai, together with 3 cloves of minced garlic, quarter teaspoon sugar, 1/8 teaspoon MSG, half teaspoon soy sauce, half teaspoon Chinese dark vinegar. Mix well and optionally top with some scallion green. Perfect as a salad or a beer drinking snack. Then next, let's show you how to use it as a stir-fry base. First, take out half bag or 40-gram Zha Cai, then mince 4 big cloves of garlic. Slice 2 to 3 medium-sized mild green chilies into 1 centimeter wide strips, and then crack 4 eggs, season with quarter teaspoon each of salt and white pepper. Whisk nicely till no stray strands remain, and that's it for the prep. So now a quick note here, we use egg as our protein, but you can really just use chicken, pork, beef, or tofu, literally anything you like. So to begin, as always, 狼油. Heat up the wok till piping hot, then oil in. About 1.5 tablespoons. Then heat on high and pour in the egg. Once it sets, push it to the side. Repeat till no liquids running around, heat off and out first. Then same wok, medium heat and 1 tablespoon oil. Fry the garlic till fragrant, about 30 seconds. Then add in the chili. Fry for another 30 seconds, toss in the Zha Cai. Quick fry, then throw in 1 teaspoon 料酒 aka 绍兴 wine, mix, then throw in 1 teaspoon of soy sauce and mix again. Season with half teaspoon sugar and 1/8 teaspoon MSG. Now turn the heat to high, add the egg back in, quickly break it up with your spatula, mix well and out. A guarantee rice killer, done. Then finally, let's make some Cantonese steamed rice noodle with zhacai and beef, which is one of my favorite ways to eat rice noodles. So here we have 100 grams of Cantonese style thin rice noodles. It's a common size at Chinese supermarket and it's very similar to Vietnamese vermicelli. Basically anything that's a very thin rice noodle would work here. First, let's soak it in hot water for 10 minutes. Now for this specific rice noodles, it actually has a better texture if we soak it with cool water for 30 minutes. So do refer to the package of your rice noodle for recommended soaking time and method. And while the noodles are soaking, let's prep our beef. So here we have 200 grams of beef loin, thinly sliced into 1-inch strips that's about the thickness of a chopstick. Then marinate with a 1/4 teaspoon each salt and MSG, 1 teaspoon sugar, half tablespoon cornstarch, 1 teaspoon light soy sauce, half teaspoon dark soy, 1 teaspoon 料酒 aka 绍兴 wine, 3 tablespoons of water to saturate the beef. Mix it all well till the water is absorbed. Then mix in with half bag or 40 gram zhacai. And finally, coat it with 1.5 tablespoon peanut oil, then set aside. Now after some soaking, our rice noodles should be softened and can be easily broken up by pinching it, so just string it well. Before we steam, let's give the rice noodles some base flavor. So on a big enough steaming plate, add in 1/8 teaspoon salt and a 1/4 teaspoon MSG, 1 teaspoon each sugar, soy sauce, and dark soy for some color too. Mix it well and arrange it evenly on the plate. And then top our beef evenly over the rice noodles, pop it over a wok of boiling water with a steaming rack, cover and steam on high for 8 minutes. Once done, heat off, take it out. Drizzle in about a teaspoon of toasted sesame oil, sprinkle on some scallion green, and now this very delicious rice noodle dish is done. Remember to mix everything well before digging in. So you might have noticed that we use more sugar than we usually do in these 3 recipes. Well, that's because garlic, sugar, and soy sauce are zhacai's best friends. Because zhacai is quite salty, so you want a little bit more sugar to balance it. And then garlic can provide some sharpness, and soy sauce can give it another layer of depth. So if you are making something with zhacai and you're not sure what else to put in with it, definitely just toss this 3 in, it won't go wrong. So right, as always, recipe in the description box. A big thank you for everyone that's supporting us on Patreon, and of course, subscribe for more Chinese cooking videos.